These templates are all about creating wonderful patterns with your templates. Now there are 4 templates altogether, and I am going to open this up and show you everything. There are 4 templates altogether in here. There are 3 pieces, but 4 templates. So I don't want that to be confusing. There's also instructions in here, full instructions. So this is your first template. This is the Pirouette Master template. So when you open this up, this is what you're going to see. The second template, this one is not see-through. The second template, let me put paper behind this maybe so you can see it better. The second template is the Pirouette Spiral Stamp Alignment template. This one is going to help you create spiral patterns. So that is one of your templates in here. The other one that you're going to see that is see-through is the Pirouette Circles Stamp Alignment template. This one is going to help align your stamps for, for making beautiful circular patterns like wreaths and such. And I'm going to take you through a couple of these. You're also going to get full instructions in here. And then your 4th template, I should mention, is on the back of the master template, and that is the Pirouette background bonus template. This is the one that you're going to use to create all over background patterns. Everything that you do, and I am going to do a demo of this quickly, but everything you do with these, the whole idea behind this whole system of templates is that you get to decide which stamps you're going to use, which colors you're going to use, where you're going to place your stamps, whatever combination you want to use, and you get to decide, do I want a circular template, do I want a spiral template, or do I want to create a beautiful background pattern? So the whole thing is completely customizable according to what you want to do. Wonderful. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to place your master template into your stamping tool. I do want to explain this one because it looks a little overwhelming, but I'm going to simplify it for you right now. It's really an 8-point star. All right, we have different colors in here. Those different colors are for different sized papers. All right, so if you're going to use a piece of paper that is cut to 2.5, you're going to put your corners, well, let me start off with the outside. 4 1/4, okay, is the red. That's the largest. This one is already cut to 4 1/4. I would place my 2 corners of my paper up into those red corners. All right. If my paper were 4 inches, I would use the yellow marks, 3.5 for green, 3 for purple, and 2.5 for the brown. We do that so it makes it easy for you to create a variety of sizes with one single template. So I'm going to use the largest size. And all I'm going to do is put a tiny little bit of adhesive on the back, all right? So let me remove some of that stickiness so it's not too sticky. But I do that so that it stays in place easily for me. I'm going to line up my 2 corners up in the red, the little red squares there. Nice and easy. It doesn't matter if it lays outside of my workspace. Because I'm going to be stamping up in this area. All right. This is going to make sure that I stay nice and centered with my wreath. Now, this is where my alignment template comes in. So notice the circles on here. This is the Pirouette Circles alignment. These circles here are going to help me to place my stamps. Simple as that. Helps me stay within the lines. There's all different measurements on here, different sizes. Goes all the way from 1 3/4 all the way up to 4 inches. That kind of gives you an alignment marker for where you're going to place your stamps. You really don't even have to pay attention to the measurements. We do that for you if you want them. Just pay attention to the lines. It's really simple. The other thing is we have these little red arrows on here. Notice the red arrows that we already talked about, right? Those line up. So if I line those up, and you're going to see those arrows also on the other clear template, the spiral one. If I line those up, then that center point right there in that circle is dead center, right in the center of my paper, provided I've got my paper centered properly, in the little corners there. Now, I've already placed a couple of stamps just to get us started. Again, I'm going to show you a very quick, way of doing this. And then, if you look to our YouTube channel, it'll take you through all the templates, but it really is easy. The concept is simple. So I'm starting off with 2 different stamps that I've chosen from the Peace and Joy. I've placed them roughly, you know, in the same, along the same space, on my circle. So I'm going to start with, what colors do I have here? I've chosen Boysenberry Blast. These are my hybrid inks. It's a beautiful burgundy kind of color. Boysenberry Blast, and then I've also got Olive Branch. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and ink up Boysenberry Blast and then Olive Branch. I'm also going to use my Stampendable. Oops, I better get my little template out of here because I want to stamp right on my paper. All right. My Stampendable, I'm going to just make some little circles in here. There we go. Look how beautiful that is. I'm going to make one rotation. See where the next two red arrows are? One rotation over. I'm going to ink that up again. Grab my Stampendable so I get even pressure. There we go. Looks like I actually pressed a little hard. And then I would keep rotating here and then here and so on. I have one that I've already started here. And this is using the background pattern. This is another one, another take on that background, that beautiful background pattern. So you can see the different looks you can get really, really easily. Here's another beautiful wreath, similar to the one that I just did, only with some different colors. Here's a gorgeous sample showing just 3 of those stamps that are in the set are actually like little Christmas baubles. Here's one of the sentiments. So you can actually use that stamp set, the Peace and Joy Pirouette stamp set. You don't have to use the Pirouette templates. You can use it to make, I mean, for any kind of card that you want to do. Here's another where we've actually kind of combined a little bit. We have that background back there that we created, and then we've layered up some of the accessory pieces. This is one with that, that spiral template that's included. It's a little bit different if you look at it next to the wreath. It's still a wreath, but instead of a circular wreath, it's a spiral wreath, so you can see that it spirals out.